throughout the Cincinnati area. Bowling Game Production Council is a proud sponsor of Indian Hill Athletics. Bowling Game is good.
IHTM Sports.
Grass Core is a proud sponsor of Indian Hill Athletics. Grass Core train experienced pros can help you explore the many options available for improving your landscape. For all your landscape needs, contact Grass Core. Classic Living Homes is a proud sponsor of Indian Hill Schools. Their luxury custom home built in Indian Hill. Those 40-plus years of building experience.
I'm Tony Harris here with Brian Shaw, a man who can make orange juice out of apples. Brian, welcome.
Tony, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. And that is quite a jacket you're wearing tonight.
Well,
did you get that at the Snooty Fox?
Maybe Goodwill. Anyway, tonight is youth night here at Indian Hill, but of course, being with Brian makes you always feel youthful.
You look younger.
And we get ready here for the national anthem. Great job by the Indian Hill Band, led by Don Barker. And we get ready for the Braves to emerge from the tunnel with a cast of cheerleaders there from all ages.
Yeah, if you're thinking, boy, the kids just look younger and younger every year I get away from it, these are actually youth cheerleaders mixed in with the high school cheerleaders. And here comes Indian Hill, Gabe Oaks holding that IH flag.
Well, and an interesting thing, Brian, the first guy out for Indian Hill is the freshman, Ethan Cole.
Yeah, good news.
First guy out of the tunnel.
Good news tonight, too. Another freshman I know you're fond of, young Mr. Daniel, is going to be back in action. So the Braves getting a little help in that backfield. Yeah,
Devlin Daniel, kind of the speed back for the Braves, who got nicked up the first game and missed the last couple. Will be back for the Braves, and hopefully that'll help the rotation in the backfield. Penn Picton's been getting the large majority of the carries and also plays almost every down as a linebacker on defense. So it'd certainly be nice to give Penn Picton a rest occasionally, and also the speed of Devlin Daniel gives the Braves a different dimension than what they've had.
And Toe, how about this weather? We're going to be into the low 70s tonight, so hopefully second half, no cramping, everybody on the field.
Oh, I was worried about you.
Yeah, I'm worried about myself. Getting up these steps, I got altitude issues.
Amongst other things. And we've got Alex Grace preparing to kick off to the Mariemont Warriors. Mariemont comes in this game 2-1. They've had a really nice start. They beat Oakwood to start the year by 3. They beat Norwood by 21, and they lost a tough one to Williamsburg last week by 6. And Grace kicks it. And they're going to let it go deep in the end zone. Alex Grace does his job. And we've mentioned Alex every broadcast, Brian. I mean, he's a tremendous kickoff guy. He tremendous punter, tremendous place kicker. And just a great athlete. The Braves are very fortunate to have him helping them in so many different areas.
Mariemont's going to set up at their own 20. Nick Leone. He's been at Mariemont since 2020. He comes in 19-16 overall and 9-11 in CHL play. Seems like they throw it more than they actually do. They run it 68% of the time, throw it the other 32, but doing it well on both sides. 5.8 yards a carry and 8.3 yards every time they put it in the air.
And Tully heads it off there to Glassmeyer, and he's met by a host of Braves before he can turn the corner.
And so Charlie Tully has been involved in just about half of the plays, 47% of the plays. He's either running it himself or he's throwing it. And that's a guy that has game-breaking speed, has an 80-yard run to his credit, 6 touchdowns on the ground. He's only thrown 1 touchdown pass, couple of picks, so still working out the passing game, but boy, he has got the feet, no doubt about it.
Max Duckwall in the backfield with Tully. Tully number 19, and hands it to Duckwall, and he's buried by a host of Braves after about a 2-yard gain, so it'll be 3rd and long. And kind of forcing Mr. Tully into a passing situation early.
Yeah, tough spot for Mariemont. First series here in CHL play for 2023. Playing behind the sticks to start, and big 3rd down here. Braves with a chance to get the ball back and good field position.
Tully number 19 in the backfield with Duckwall to his right. And he fakes it, and here comes the pass. No, he's going to run. And the Braves force him inside, and he goes down with about a 3 or 4 yard gain. And with 4th and maybe 9, Madeira will be punting.
Yeah, nice job there by Indian Hill, Penn Picton, and a couple other Braves able to stay in their spot and not give up the run. Good even pressure by these Braves. Took away the pass in the secondary and didn't overreact on that run.
Dan O'Brien is the lone back here for the Braves. And he will not get a chance to return. It takes a nice Mariemont bounce and goes all the way down to the 31-yard line where the Braves will start 1st and 10.
Charlie Tully doing it all for these Mariemont Warriors. Also the punter coming in 7 punts, averaging 24.3 yards per punt. But he's the guy doing it, and a much better punt right there.
Yeah, that was a 38-yard punt with no return. Tully does just about everything. He punts, and he obviously quarterback, and he's also he plays safety on defense. So we'll be mentioning Tully's name quite a bit tonight, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, talked about, at the opening a couple weeks ago that Indian Hill trying to get guys off the field to be fresh later in the game. And one of the tough things about that, you only have so many really good playmakers.
Well, Penn Picton gets the handoff and is swarmed under immediately.
And it's a rule rather than the exception in this league. Most of the guys where you do have playmakers, they're on the field quite a bit. The Braves will have a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Picton was didn't have a chance there. Mariemont smelled that one and took care of young Mr. Picton.
Alex Grace getting tough yards. Grace coming in with, we talk about those shoulder issues that he's had this year, but Toe, that's one tough guy. Able to pick up some yards and put him in a manageable 3rd and 4. So that offensive line doing a nice job this year. Robert Hayes over on that right side, and Drew Rader and Aiden Rippey and Gabe Oakes.
The quarterback is Ethan Cole. I don't think we've mentioned that. The freshman pitches it to Picton, and he is swarmed under. And there's a flag, and maybe there's a face mask. But the freshman, Ethan Cole, getting the initial snaps here tonight.
Yeah, Cole's come into this game. He's had limited opportunities, but boy, has he made the most of them, Toe.
It is a face mask, and that'll keep the drive alive for the Braves. Mariemont had that play smelled out, and it looked like the Braves were going to have to punt. And now Mr. Cole will get hopefully several more plays to see what we have in the arsenal here.
Yeah, Cole coming in with 9 carries, 3 touchdowns, and 2 passes and 1 touchdown. So he's been incredibly efficient. Big play guy, and they're going to start with him tonight.
Hands it off to Picton, and there he goes. Penn Picton. Rumbling, stumbling, bumbling, and Penn Picton all the way down to the 11-yard line. So let's take a look at that. Let's see who sprung him there with the left tackle. Well, we didn't get quite that far, but Penn Picton with some real tough yards. He's coming out now.
So Braves going to set up here at the 11, but
and Devlin Daniel.
Keep this in mind. Davis Whitmore doing a nice job turning. We always talk about it in basketball. Turn the guy with the ball, allowing Charlie Tully to come in and get that tackle. See if the Braves can overcome it.
Devlin Daniel. That's his first carry in several weeks, and he's more the speed back for the Braves, but plunging ahead, just a freshman. Devlin Daniel.
Yeah, Penn Picton with a well-earned rest over on the sideline.
Yep.
They're calling him back. Come on, get ready to go back in.
Well, the red zone's kind of Picton's, his thing, and
yeah.
but now they are going to let him stay.
Nice to have 2 of them, though, Toe.
Yes.
Nice to have 2 of them. You have to run like that, get your breath.
It's a fake, and Ethan Cole gets inside the 5. Ethan Cole's a large young man for a freshman. He's 6'2", and about 200 pounds. And again, just a freshman. He's still a growing boy. I mentioned it was he was the first guy out of the tunnel for the Braves, and maybe that enthusiasm was because he knew he was going to start a quarterback tonight. But he's done great with the limited action he's had so far this year, and getting a lot of responsibility right here on the Mariemont game to be the starter. And Ethan Cole, and he gets inside the.
He's
in. Ethan Cole, again, a big body. And the Braves got on the board first.
Yeah, nice job by Cole here just to stay alive. You see him come over, it starts to get crowded, but just doesn't panic, just slows it down, finds the gaps, and able to get into the end zone. Sometimes, though, it helps just to be patient. Shown a lot of patience there, not necessarily for blocking, but just to let defenders get themselves out of position. In every sport, if you're just patient, opportunity opens up. Nice job.
Your wife says that every day. It's patience. Noah Frazier with the hold, and Alex Grace kicks it almost to Mariemont.
So we talked about it last week at the end of the game after Harrison. It's kind of like a weighted bat in baseball. You're on deck and you get up there. A little bit of a resistance last week. Harrison, a much bigger team, and Braves able to withstand that last week. No injuries, actually got healthier coming from last week into this week, and able to go down the field. And this Mariemont team not quite as stout as what we saw last week, and I think that's helpful.
Well, the Braves again forced Mariemont to a 3-and-out, and when the Braves almost had a 3-and-out, a face mask penalty on Mariemont gave the Braves new life and took advantage of it. So Braves up 7-0, and Alex Grace preparing to kick off again. Yeah,
so this is the first night for CHL play. All CHL games, 4 of them around the city, and this is where your pre-conference or your pre-league schedule kind of shows up. Braves the first 3 weeks with Roger Bacon, Northwest, and Harrison. And while Northwest might be down this year, nonetheless, you're giving yourself an opportunity to toughen up and get better.
And there's another boot deep in the end zone. So Alex Grace 2 for 2 with kickoffs deep in the end zone and no return. And Mariemont will start out at their own 20.
Yeah, so that's a big deal. You know, Mariemont has had a lot of big plays this year, and a lot of times those big plays happen on special teams. Hasn't been the case yet for Mariemont, but I'm sure over the course of the year it will be. Alex Gray's taking that potential off the table.
And Charlie Tully gets his troops aligned again. Max Duckwall, just a sophomore running back, flanked to his left right now to Tully's left.
A couple of Duckwalls on this roster for Mariemont.
Well,
nice job.
And Tully keeps it, and the Braves are not fooled. Nice.
Really good job there by Trey Carter to get outside and contain.
And Julius Naira was also in there. And,
Naira with the tackle, but boy, I tell you what, when you contain and you make him go up the field, not a big kid, and you're going to give your teammates a shot on him.
Yeah, it's Tully listed at 6 foot 160. But boy, he's very athletic. We saw him play basketball. He's a very fine basketball player from Mariemont. Did a real nice job from there. Now it's an empty backfield. And Tully by himself. Duckwall in motion. And it's a pass out to Duckwall, and the Braves are ready for it. He slipped the turf monster, kind of slipped him up, and it'll be a third and long again.
So that's 3 times so far in this first quarter we've seen Mariemont players go to cut and lose their feet. Conditions here just about as good as they can be. Haven't had rain in over a week, and
Logan smallmouth bass comes into play here, comes in the game, and Robert Hayes will take a blow.
Chris Berman just called, and he wants money, Toe. So once again, behind the sticks for this Mariemont offense on the 3rd and long. And Braves with an opportunity once again get that ball in good field position.
Definitely a passing situation, and Tully slips on the turf. Wow. Well, whatever shoes Mariemont's wearing right now, I think I'd change them. They've had some difficulty navigating this turf, and the Braves don't seem to have that issue. So,
you know, it's interesting too for those of the grandparents. Maybe they're out of town. Virtually all the fields we play on these days are the same surface. It's all turf. Not everywhere, but most places. So this isn't new to anybody. Not sure why they're having the troubles.
And Mr. Tully will be punting it. A high punt, and there's a penalty. And
did it?
A penalty was dropped. I'm not sure. Somebody was either offsides or there was motion, and we'll see. I think there was a Mariemont player that was offside, that was lined up offsides.
So interesting kick there. I know he was under duress, but waist high through a crowd of people.
Yeah,
it might be something you break out in the playbook going forward. As soon as he kicked it, I thought, oh, let's stay clear of that football. Don't have a carom off a red helmet.
The penalty was on Mariemont, and let's see where the ball will get spotted. They're going to keep it on the 39. I thought they might maybe move it, but so the Braves will start on the Mariemont 39, up 7-0, with 4:15 left here until the end of the first quarter. And Ethan Cole, the freshman, and Penn Picton lined up behind him, the junior, in the backfield for Indian Hill. Cole get ready to throw, and he's going to get hit. And the ball comes out, and they're going to say an incomplete pass. But, boy, not a lot of protection right there for Ethan Cole. Was that Andrew Duckwall?
I think it was,
yeah. The younger brother of Max Duckwall almost gets a sack there, but Cole's first real getting popped. He's a linebacker for the Braves on the defensive side, and he's used to popping people, and first time he's really been hit this year on the offensive side.
Doing a nice job, just what you want him to do. Stand tall and look downfield, just blindsided.
And he'll keep it himself and goes over the left side and gets about 6 yards. So make about a 3rd and 4 for the Braves.
So I like how he finishes that run, taking a bite out of that defensive back, putting that left foot in the ground and using the right shoulder is leverage. He goes out of bounds, but not before he delivers a blow.
Well, that's basically the same play that they scored the touchdown on. So they must see something on the left side that they like. Ethan Cole hands it off to Picton. He's surrounded, and he gets close, but he'll be a good yard and a half short. And on 4th down, do the Braves go for it? And they're not sending Alex Grace in, so from the 31-yard line, Braves at 4th and 2.
Yeah, I think the Braves like this matchup just from a physical standpoint. This is one of those 50-50. They could run it or throw it.
Well, they've got 4 guys spread out.
And so with the size advantage the Braves have, I can see them doing this a lot tonight.
Cole, and he is surrounded by Mariemont Warriors. Wow. Well, there were 6-7 Mariemont players before Cole went down, but not a lot of help.
So great job there by Ryan Glassmeyer to get into the backfield, knowing he's going to have help eventually. Just square up. Don't try to take a risk, take a chance. And we talk about it in basketball, a closeout under control. Does a great job just to get in front, shadow mirror, and able to grab onto Cole and wait for help.
Well, a sack and with a 9-yard loss.
Yeah, Ryan Glassmeyer, another one of these seniors that's played a lot of football at Mariemont.
Until he hands it off there to Finn Warden. And he flaps his way for about a 2-yard gain.
So looking at that last name, you think that's relation to Haley and John Warden?
I don't believe so.
All right.
But
for those of you that don't know, Haley Warden, how many varsity letters did she have, Toe?
19.
19 of them here at Indian Hill High School. Of course, Patty Garrett-Dewey down there in Mariemont with a daughter that played.
Tully with a nice pass.
Finding Griffin Byrne. 6'3", 170-pound target. Toe, that one thing they've got this year that we've seen in years past, we've seen it with some of the guys like McGowan and last year with Stewart. You think back to the Coward boys. They've always had those big targets out there in space, and this year no exception. Well, Whitmore 6'2" out there.
Yeah, he got its 3rd and 3. And, so even with completion, it wasn't enough for a first down. And Tully sees a little daylight and dives ahead, and boy, it's close.
It's really close. I think he got it
right on the line.
And
That's where they're going to mark it.
The key there, keeping his feet, able to take that cut as he went to the right, put that right foot down in the ground, and move himself forward. The other one tonight keep an eye on is Cooper Nataccioni. That's a guy that 6'4", again, these long receivers, but you got to be able to get it to him.
Well, I'm impressed that you pronounced the name. I was afraid to take a shot at that one.
What's the matter for you?
Tully back to pass. And now he's going to... Oh, wow. Well, Tully thought about it, gave it up.
The opportunity there for George Vollmer. Nice job to bat it away. And
George Vollmer, the sophomore defensive back, and he's in the right place. Almost got an interception there.
Tully's eyes got a little big, and he was moving from his right to his left. Hard to set as a right-hander and throw that football. Just couldn't get any air under it. If he does, he might have 6.
Well, it looks like there is a penalty. There's a holding on Mariemont, so that'll take it back 10 yards. He had an awful lot of time.
Yes, he did. And he's a guy that's going to create his own time. Not a big offensive line, but a guy that can use those pieces, move around in the pocket. 3
wideouts to the bottom of your screen, and here's Tully running. He goes up the middle, and he a gain of maybe a yard or 2.
Nice job by Drew Rader to stay home, and got a little help there, but
2nd and 18.
So Charlie Tully, tough kid. And you're right. We see these guys season to season. You know, Ryan Glassmeyer, Charlie Tully. We get to see these guys time and again. And they get a lot of opportunity here in the CHL. And these are guys that can play 2, 3, 4 years. Not uncommon.
Tully back to pass again. There's a screen.
Love that play.
And the Braves are able to bring Buckwall down, and that'll make a 3rd and 9.
Yeah. Can't get it all back at once, but boy, I tell you what, you get 11 yards or 10 yards and set yourself up for something manageable, especially down on the Braves side of the field. If you're throwing that ball down inside the 40, you feel comfortable taking chances. And Mariemont able to get themselves in that situation.
So that be the last play of the quarter. And the Braves hold a 7-0 lead over Mariemont here. And Mariemont, when we switch positions on the field, which won't take much, they only have to move the ball 2 yards.
I think, you know, that first quarter, what we're seeing, the Braves starting to establish a line of scrimmage, physically a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger team. And you have to think as the night wears on, if Indian Hill can stick with the game plan, good things might happen for them. On the other side, Mariemont, you always get the sense with some of these athletes that they're just a play away from breaking one and getting a big play to change momentum. So big 3rd down coming up here for Mariemont.
Yeah, the Braves did very well. Ethan Cole did a nice job there in the first quarter, controlling the offense and putting the Braves in for a score. And hopefully he's got some of the nerves out of his system. You know, he's just a freshman, and this is his 4th game. But really, he's only had a couple snaps at quarterback, and this is his first extensive opportunity to show what he can do.
Good break for both teams, defensively, offensively, to get that time to talk about it. Big play right here.
Tully, he's going to throw. And strange looking throw coming out of his fingers. I know he's a little bit more efficient than that, but nowhere close. 4th and 9.
Yep.
And the interesting thing with Mariemont is that the quarterback is also the punter. So you got to be aware of anything here. The Braves had that luxury last year when Alex Grace was forced into duty as a quarterback and also as the punter.
And so this Indian Hill team has been a little more aggressive putting pressure on the punter this year than we've seen in years past. If you do that, you might want to stay solid. Got a guy like Charlie Tully that can run the ball.
Dan O'Brien. Tully, short kick. Let's see what kind of bounce it takes. Not much. So the Braves will get the ball on the 22, 23-yard line to start this drive.
So talking about punting, one of the thing I wanted to call out tonight is just talking about Alex Grace. We might not see him punt a whole lot. Let's hope not. But Alex Grace now averaging over 40 yards a kick. And that includes the fact that he's put 4 of them inside the 20. And any time you put 4 of them inside the 20, you're knocking down your net average. Sure. And for him to go with 40 yards a kick, it really is amazing.
Oh. It's a busted play there for the Braves. A handoff to Noah Frazier, and Noah with a little hitch in his giddy up there coming off the field. Loss of 3, and that'll make it 2nd and 13 for the Braves. Cole with a little pass to Dan O'Brien. And O'Brien with about a 5-yard gain. And
Dan doing a good job working that sideline to get extra yards. Going to set the Braves up with a very manageable 3rd and 6.
Well, our public address announcer, Dennis Walker, believes it's 3rd and 7. Let's get it.
Where I'm from, 3rd 29-35 and 6, but hard to argue with the wild man.
There's Devlin No.
Daniel's going to break that one all the way, Toe.
There he is. Devlin Daniel, again, welcome home. First game back. He's the speed back for the Braves. Devlin Daniel, again, another freshman, a quarterback who's a freshman, and now you're running back freshman, and there goes Devlin. Hugging that sideline and showing his great speed. Devlin can run like that because he has, well, he has 3 older brothers.
Yes.
And so he's used to having to run.
Yeah, so that's one of the benefits of having people help you that know what they're doing. Come back 100%.
And Ben Sichel coming out.
The first person he comes over to on the sideline is Terry Conti.
Yeah.
I love that. We saw him, that first night as Grace puts it through again.
Well, interesting, but Noah Frazier got hurt 2 plays earlier, and so Ben Sichel had to run out there and hold for the extra point and does his job, and the Braves go up 14-0.
Sichel's a pro, now 11 for 11 on the season, and we've said it before. We said it back in the days of Nick Heidel and Luke Lundberg and some of these kickers that Indian Hill's been blessed to have. The snap, the hold, the kick, Indian Hill always operating at a really, really high level on those extra points.
Well, when you have somebody like Alex Grace, they lose a lot of footballs because he kicks them out of the stadium. And it makes it difficult to get them back sometimes. Noah Frazier being worked on there by a couple people off on the sidelines. Number 3.
I can't remember. It was maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Luke Lundberg, I think, at one point had hit 50 or 60 in a row.
Yeah.
But, you think about the time that's spent with the snap and the hold. These guys can make it every time if it's right.
Alex Grace, and this is a little shorter. And Tully will be returning it. He gets to the 20. Oh, my goodness. And they're going to call that a face mask, and it was.
And the only reason that's only going to be 15 yards is because they can't have it be 115.
Yeah.
That is a dangerous play. Davis Whitmore, actually, the guy that returning that, number 15.
Whitmore, sorry.
And boy, oh boy, good to see him get up, and he looks like he's fine. And so sometimes you're just grabbing for something. And unfortunately, Braves getting that face mask. You could hear that through the crowd, everybody on both sides.
Gasping,
just in horror.
Yeah. Well, thank goodness everybody's all right. And Mariemont will start at their own 36.
And so,
first and 10.
We've talked about it before. The Braves taking it out on Northwest, 3-7 season a year ago, 1-2 coming into this game. This is a team that's ready to jump on you. Mariemont needs to answer here if they want to stay in the game.
Ooh. Tully for Warden to defend Warden in about maybe a yard gain. So that'll make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, looking at that yard marker, though.
Second and 9.
You got 100 cheerleaders here on the side. I love it. We should have youth night every night, Toe.
Fake to Warden. Tully gets up and throws a deep one and wide open. That's Glassmeyer. And he's all the way in. Boy, somebody missed their assignment. Tully started to run, and I think the Braves bid on it, and Tully had the presence of mind to look up and see that he had a wide open Ryan Glassmeyer.
Yeah, two seniors. You look at these guys and all the football these guys have played together. Sure pays dividends there. Charlie Tully finding his old buddy And how about the poise to keep your wits about you? You're running full speed. They're going to go for 2 and not get it. And so Glassmeyer not getting that refrigerator on his back. He was going from a dead stop to catch that ball. Had the Braves in pursuit, yet able to turn on the jets and get into the end zone. Mariemont needed that, and they needed it in the worst way. Interesting that they chose to go for 2 there.
Well, if you look what the punting has been with Tully punting, and with what did you say it was, like a 30-yard average or 24-yard average, they probably are having some trouble with place kicking as well.
Well, Ty Kutcher 6 for 6 coming into this one, so not sure what the thinking was there. But hey, did you see that Lions-Chiefs game last night? You see the Lions go for it from their own 23 or something like that in the first quarter, first possession, on 4th down and 2. So a lot of coaches feeling a little squirrely this week. Nothing wrong with that. Like the aggression, but now they find themselves down by 8.
The Braves will be receiving a kickoff for the first time today.
And the one thing, Toe, you haven't seen yet is the long run from Charlie Tully coming into this one. Max Duckwall gets most of the carries. He's had 50 of them, averaging 3.6 yards a carry. But Charlie Tully with 36 carries for 10.2 per.
Kutcher with a short kick. Is that George?
Yeah, George Vollmer. Nice job by Vollmer to get out to the 27. So that's exactly what you'd love to have happen. You don't want that ball going out of bounds. You want the guy to catch it and pin himself in the corner. You only got a small part of the field to cover. And Vollmer able to get out and stay out of that corner. Nice job.
And if he had a tearaway jersey, he might have gotten a lot more.
The tearaway jersey. Go YouTube that if you're not familiar. An interesting time back in the 70s and early 80s. Guys running out of tackles, jerseys coming off and running with nothing but shoulder pads.
Ethan Cole hands it off to Daniel again. And this time, Mariemont's ready for it, but Devlin Daniel with about a 4-yard gain to put the Braves at 2nd and 6.
Yeah, nice job there. We talked about Cooper Nantaccioni.
That's easy for you to say.
Making a nice play there, playing the linebacker position. Long drink of water there. 6'4", 175 pounds. You see him right there in the middle of the field.
Cole trying to draw Mariemont offside. They don't bite. And Braves with 4 wideouts, 2 to each side. Cole fakes the handoff and takes it himself.
Nice job by Glassmeyer.
He runs into a wall, but not before he gains a few. It'll be about 3rd and a long one for the Braves.
Nice job there, the strength to kind of move that pile forward, but good job there by Glassmeyer to turn him in and get help from his friends. Again, these Mariemont players, not the biggest guys. You need to do it as a team, and a great job there, and he did get the first down.
Wow. Well,
really moved that pile, Toe, after contact.
That's 6'2", 200 will do that for you in this league. And he takes it again. Nice fake to Daniel, and he gets spun around twice, and a nice job by Ethan Cole. Again, to his left. He seems to favor that area, and either that or they see some sort of deficiency with Mariemont on the left side. About an 8-yard gain. So 2nd and 2.
So one of the things you're saying there, the respect for Daniel's speed, you really have to overreact on that side. Nice little interchange between he and Cole.
Picton in the backfield now, and the Braves move. The right side of the line, a little jumpy.
Rippey and Hayes talking to each other.
Yeah.
I think when they said 2, those guys heard 1.
That makes it 2nd and 7. Picton has come in to play a running back. And Picton gets the call. And he busts it up and makes it a 3rd and 1.
And so these coaches doing a really nice job to play call to the strengths of these players. Penn Picton, a really good north-south runner, stretching it out with Daniel and Cole with the read option, doing a really nice job here and taking advantage of that opportunity up front with this big offensive line.
The 3rd and 1 on the 46.
And so really nice situation here. You got Penn Picton or you got Cole just leaning forward, falling forward for a yard. Got a lot of options here.
Picton takes it, and he busts it up the middle, breaks a tackle, and Penn Picton up to about the 37, 38-yard line. So we're
going to have a replay here, Toe. Tough exchange right here. Penn Picton almost losing that ball before he got to the line of scrimmage, but able to hold on to it and then drag tacklers all the way inside the 40.
Charlie Rogers and Jonathan Kopf are both in the game as wideouts, along with Alex Grace and Dan O'Brien.
Lost the grip on that ball, Toe, able to get it out anyway.
Alex Grace.
Yep.
And wow. Well, Alex Grace, another big body, and what could have been a loss there. Alex Grace at least gets it up to the line of scrimmage. So actually maybe a gain of 1.
Alex giving his team quite a bit, running hard after the catch there. And interesting play there, Toe. Cole doesn't freak out, has the ball out of his hand, not ready to throw it, able to bring it back, get control, and then make the play anyway. Braves very fortunate. Mariemont did not respond. It was almost like a pump fake the way that worked out.
Rogers and O'Brien, the lower part of your screen. There's Picton again, and he's surrounded. He comes down after about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah.
So it'll be a 3rd and 6 for the Braves with under 6 minutes remaining here in the first half.
Penn with an awkward fall there. Lawson Wade, the only member of this Mariemont team that was a first-team All-League selection last year, back, and one of the top linemen for the past couple of years. They lost some other guys, David Dortson at running back, Tim Stewart at wide receiver, Evan Morgan and Mark Morgan. But Lawton back.
Dan O'Brien, beautiful pass. They've got to respect that run, and he froze the linebackers, and Dan O'Brien was able to sneak in the middle, and a nice gain there for the Braves, and first down on the 22-yard line of Mariemont.
Nice job by an experienced Dan O'Brien to settle into that zone and where he was open, where he had room, and present himself to the quarterback. So how much of that did you not see for Patrick Mahomes last night? Guys running all over the place and not catching the football.
Cole hands it to Picton, and he goes right in the middle, and well, a short game, but he keeps fighting for extra yards. Penn Picton may have picked up at least 2, probably 3 yards on that play because he pushes his body forward. So Braves seem to have a decided advantage there with some size. And the pile does seem to move forward for the Braves. It was a 3-yard gain for the junior Penn Picton.
And so with 52 players on that roster for Mariemont, not all of them playing. You get a drive like this, chew up that clock. These are guys that have to go play on the other side of the football.
Whoa. Jackson Fry comes out of the backfield, and Jackson Fry sneaks around the left side. And it's 6 more for the Braves.
A great touch right here by the freshman quarterback to put that ball out in front of him. Juggles it, and more touch on that football than we had in that defensive secondary. Fry able to tight walk that sideline without anybody really putting serious pressure on him.
Now Jackson Fry, just a sophomore. He's actually tight end. He's lined up as in. And it is good. Boy, he line drives it through. And the Braves, with their 3rd touchdown of the half, take a 21-6 lead as we're with 4 minutes and 17 seconds left until halftime.
So these teams, if you remember last year, met, I think that was a Week 5 game. And Mariemont able to get the win late, 16-13. Yeah, week 5 of the season. The Braves had come into that one in sore need of a win and could not get it down at Mariemont. Gave up a late lead, really tough game. I think that was probably the toughest loss the Braves experienced last year. That loss put the Braves one behind Mariemont in the all-time series. Mariemont coming into this game with 34 wins, Indian Hill with 33 wins, so an opportunity to catch them tonight. If you're thinking back, the Braves had won 7 in a row before losing to Mariemont last year. And the Braves got off to a really tough start back at the beginning of the program in the 50s and 60s. So kind of like Michigan, Ohio State, most of those wins were racked up early in the series.
Well,
and the red team has done really well in recent decades.
That's back when Mariemont had Ted Beach, and he was a Brave killer. And thank goodness now he's in a rocking chair and doesn't bother us on the athletic field anymore.
Well, so don't tempt him. He's likely to get out there for the second half and turn things around. Yeah, that first game in 1956, the first time these two teams played, Mariemont got them 38-0. So long history, long tradition here. And, of course, Mariemont School goes back a lot further before Indian Hill High School opened up. The Warriors have been playing for decades. So once again, Mariemont finds themselves in a situation, Toe, where they need to answer.
1st and 10 on their own 20. And again, except for that one really nice play that Tully made, starting to run and found Glassmeyer behind the defense, the Braves have done a great job defensively. There's Glassmeyer again, end around, and the Braves snuff it out, and about a 2-yard gain for the senior Ryan Glassmeyer.
Yeah, Braves done an excellent job tonight, really at different parts of the field, being solid, not over pursuing, staying in your gap, staying in your lane. Braves doing a nice job on those plays.
3rd and 8. Well, let's see what Tully has up his sleeve here. He's going back to pass.
Nice job,
Glassmeyer.
Yep. Going to be short, but going to have options coming out into this 3rd down and short. Tully looks like he's having the same thing I'm seeing really with Cole. Both of them having a tough time getting hands on this football for whatever reason.
Well, the hands on the football and the sliding on the field earlier in the first quarter, you know, we seem to be fine up here. I don't know what's bothering them down there. Although I did see you drop your phone.
Yeah, right.
Ooh. It's going to bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, so that's Will Sims, a senior, 6 foot tall, 180 pounds.
And Braves call timeout. It's 4th and 2. And that'll give Mariemont a chance to decide what they want to do. I mean, they may try to go for broke here and go for it. Again, they're punting. They don't have an Alex Grace, and the Braves are going to get good field position if they do punt.
So this opportunity here for Coach Reardon to kind of get into a short clock situation. And coaches look for little things in a football game. Opportunity to run with limited clock, always one of the things. How well organized are you? How quick can you play as far as tempo and pace? And how are you under pressure? So great opportunity for the Braves.
Brian, I just want to point something out. John Potajo went out there with the water bottles and was handing them out to the players. Now here's John, senior captain of the team. Starting quarterback got hurt the 3rd quarter of the first game this year. And his arm's in a sling, but he's still going out trying to make a contribution.
Well, if you're going to call a timeout from the bench in basketball as a freshman, you're sure as heck going to take the water out. He's a leader, and no question about it.
And Mariemont is going to go for it. Oh, it's a punt. Again, Tully and nobody back for the Braves, and a fortuitous bounce.
Yeah.
And the Braves will start at their own 20.
Tully's done a nice job punting the football tonight.
That's That's a 52-yard punt with no return. So
still plenty of time, but I like this challenge for the Braves offense. And a team that 7 losses last year, 1-2 coming into this one, they're looking to get that taste out of their mouth. And if you're Mariemont, you don't want that train to start going downhill, because these are guys that are trying to get rid of a lot of anxiety, a lot of frustration. But right now, the message is stay calm and think about what you're doing and stay focused here. Got 3 minutes, 11 seconds to go 80.
Cole hands it off to, Penn Picton, and boy, is he swarmed under. He was met at the line of scrimmage, kind of got stoned, bounced up, and tried to go around end and got hit again. So Penn Picton taking a licking and keep on ticking.
One play at a time here, but if you don't pick up something good, you don't want to get yourself into a third and very long and take chances at this part of the field.
Yeah, we want that clock to keep running. Dan O'Brien. And he pushes ahead about to the 26 maybe, so it'll be going to be 3rd and 4. And we'll see nobody calling a timeout. I was looking over at the Mariemont sidelines to see if they were going to try to conserve some clock, but
I don't think so.
And the Braves are on scrimmage rather quickly. Cole looks, throws, nice catch.
Wow, great job there, Alex Grace.
Well, Alex Grace twisting and turning, and there's a penalty on the play right around where Alex caught the ball, and we'll see what that is. And they're calling it on the Braves.
So in spite of the fact of the penalty, a couple of things there. Ethan Cole doing a great job throwing that football on the run. And how about Alex Grace with the big frame, able to box out that defender and make the play under duress.
Well, when you box out, that's kind of a basketball term, and Alex, a fine basketball player for the Braves. And obviously those basketball skills come into play in multiple sports. Now we'll see what the penalty is and what the situation is now. Did the Braves get a first down? Yes, they did. So it was after the play. We didn't see the signal, but the Braves do have a first down, at 1st and 10 with 2:06 left here until halftime. Ethan Cole throws. I thought it was low, but no.
Nice job by Grace to dig that one out.
Alex Grace, the clock is moving.
And really good coverage by the corner over there on the far side.
Excellent. I thought he might have even intercepted it, but a 3-yard gain.
Tyler Kutcher, the kicker, and corner, really nice job to break on that football.
Picton gets the run. He gets about 4. Be about a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, down to $1:20 left until halftime.
Until where we had plenty of time with 3:11 to go 80 yards, all of a sudden digging halfway through that.
Oh, a little overthrown there for Picton. Or was that Kopfer?
You know what?
He threw it over Jonathan Kopfer.
Yeah, the thing I love about that, though, Toe, he's putting that ball on the line, throwing over there. And, you know, chances are if your guy doesn't catch it, it's not going to be caught. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered this part of the game. You got to lead. You're 1:10 from halftime. Do not turn the ball over. A nice throw there. If you're going to make that long throw to the sideline, put it on the line.
2 guys deep for Mariemont. And Alex Grace to punt. And it's a fair catch.
Wow.
Wow. So on the 25. So 38-yard punt, no return for Alex Grace.
How about Ryan Glassmeyer? I'll tell you what, you got a guy with some guts right there to come up and field that thing. You got 1:04 left. And that's a guy that believes in his team, trying to keep that ball at the 25. Still got 75 yards to go, and you haven't done it a whole lot tonight. Boy, a lot of risk-reward relationship there. Hats off to Mr. Glassmeyer coming up and making that play.
Well, now we'll see if Mr. Tully wants to try to throw the ball.
A lot of guys would have shied away from that.
Tully back to pass. Oh! Almost looked like it was intentional. He flipped it out of bounds.
Cooper Nataccioni over there walking that sideline, and I like what he did at first. He took a look to see that they basically need to break a play right now. And he took a look inside and then got back outside, able to get out of bounds. And if all else fails, Toe, just throw it out of bounds.
I think he would have been tackled inbounds, and I think he did that to try to save some time. So a first down.
One thing with Glassmeyer, if you run down the field and turn your head.
5 wideouts for Mariemont. And they're going for broke here. Oh, there's holding. Well, nothing called. It looked like a kind of an obvious hold there on Mariemont, but
so just going to mention, Tully, if you're a DB and you're running down the field with your head turned to the quarterback and can't see him, and he has only 7 guys that he's got to beat in a spread field like this, something for the Braves to watch out. Yeah. That's why it's important for these linebackers and defensive linemen to stay solid, even pressure. Don't sell out and get yourself out of position.
Oh, now there's somebody in the backfield with Tully. That's Warden. Oh, a deep pass, and that Jonathan Kopfer covering.
Yeah, Davis Whitmore streaking down the sideline, and Toe, that's just a really tough play at any level. And Mariemont not throwing that ball with a lot of success, I wouldn't imagine.
A 3rd and 10 with just 41 ticks left. And we'll see what Mariemont does, and if they can stop him here, maybe go all out the Braves for a block punt. Tully in the backfield all by his lonesome. And he's going to run, and he's not going to get very far. Braves will call timeout with 33 seconds left. Thought they called it with 35, but
So just can't tell you how impressed I am. Drew Rader's staying right in the middle of that field, ready for exactly what happened, getting some help from the guy that's done it all year long on the defensive end, Eli Riggs. And this is a game, if you're able to establish control of that line of scrimmage and you're better, stay in your spot. Just don't do something to put yourself at risk. And Braves this first half have not given Charlie Tully a whole lot of opportunity to run by him. Well, keeping everything in front.
Tully's 2nd in the league. He's 2nd in the CHL as far as rushing yards. And he's number 1, I believe, as far as yards per carry. You know, it's that's what he wants to do first and foremost. I was talking to somebody from Oakwood who said all Tully can do is run, and but all Pavarotti could do was sing, but he does it awfully well. And Tully's a terrific runner. Just you don't want to give him any room.
Well, ask Clinton Massey. You run until somebody makes you do something different. Nice to have an athlete back there, Toe.
Yes. Tully makes a great save.
Sure did.
And somehow gets it off.
Yeah, 26 seconds. Interesting to see what the Braves have in the bag here. Whether they want to go to the half up by 15 or whether they want to try to add for more. One thing to keep in mind, we've talked about it before with Alex Grace. 26 seconds is probably enough time to get yourself in field goal range if you don't feel you can get all the way down the field.
Yeah, that's a good point, Brian. I mean, the Braves with just 1 timeout left, but boy, if they could get get to right around the 30, they've got a shot with Alex Graves. The wind seems to be blowing the other way where Mariemont's headed this quarter. Uh-oh.
Nice job. So
Brian gets out of bounds. But
you can see him trying to get both hands on that football, get it in throwing position.
No, he's technically, he's really, really good. It's just the inexperience. Glassmeyer came up and made contact, but Ethan Cole keeps his composure, makes the throw to O'Brien, and the Braves down to the 48.
So just 5 ticks off that clock. And a lot of times in high school, you're looking at it and saying, hey, they got to go another 50 yards. Well, they don't. They probably got to go another 15 to 20, and they can get points.
Yep. Oh, a busted play. Get rid of it. And there's a hold on the Braves. So there's a hold on the Braves, and that'll push it back. In high school, they don't call out the number, but
well, we don't want to know.
no.
That's somebody's grandson. Well, these Braves at this point, 13 ticks on the clock.
2nd and 11, or no, 2nd 11, 2nd and 21. No, it is 11. That's right. Huh. There's Daniel, and there's another penalty, and I think there's another hold on the Braves. It's the home of the Braves, not the hold on the Braves. And they picked up the flag.
Yeah.
Well, there's only 4 seconds left now. So you might want to use your timeout, Coach.
And it's down to nothing. They're not going to play.
Well, he does call the timeout. No, he doesn't.
Yeah,
No, he
like
did.
He did call it.
Yeah, he did call the timeout. So the Braves will have one last Hail Mary.
He's walking out to talk to the kids rather than that official. So he got that timeout, and Braves one play right here. And so we talk about, this year early in the season, and even through the preseason, the exhibition games, the scrimmages, Braves had a tough time with the penalties. And we've seen a couple of them here recently. Let's hope we come out and play a little clean football here in the second half.
Yeah.
Because this is a game that the penalties could tighten this thing up.
Yeah. Well, you think Alex Gray could get a 67-yarder? I don't think they're going to try it.
I'd be willing to just run it. It's as good a shot as anything else, I think. Although I do like the personnel out here. You got a lot of guys running wide. It's going to take up a lot of attention on the left side, and then Daniel in the backfield.
What was that? Delay a game. Coming out of a timeout.
So what's another 5 yards?
Well, it's 15 feet.
One thing I think would be helpful, if you're looking for the next iteration here of the facilities, play clock. Really tough with everything else going on out there not to be able to see what you got there time-wise.
And O'Brien. And he will get pushed out of bounds after about a 25-yard gain, and that will end a 15-yard gain, and that'll end the first half. So, Brian, very encouraging. The Braves 21-6 up on the Mariemont Warriors as they head into the locker room.
So I love this first half, and this is a team that for years they talked about how young they were. Well, now with 13, 14 seniors, now all of a sudden, here come the guys, the freshmen and the sophomores, carrying a load today in the first half. I love to see that contribution.
So we're going to pause here for halftime, and hopefully we can slip out of the broadcast booth. But thanks for joining us for the first half. Please come back in 19 minutes, and we'll have second half action for you.
Choose the Weiler way today. Tired of the traditional online car shopping experience? When you visit our Weiler websites and have a question, we have dealership professionals who will chat with you live. Rooted in family, driven by you.
In 2 years at Indian Hill, I've been so impressed with the commitment to excellence that Indian Hill community has given us and given in football, that this is another great opportunity for the Indian Hill community to get on board with the new field house. I think it's going to be fantastic for not just football, for all athletics, and it's just a step up, and it just, again, continues that whole element of excellence in the Indian Hill community.
All right, team. We got a long day ahead of us, but this is what we do. It's time to go to work. Yeah, let's get it.
We work, we get stuff done.
That's right.
No matter what the problem, we just roll up our sleeves.
We do.
Not afraid of the project,
Oh, no.
not afraid of the time.
Okay.
Say it, I build America, we always on time.
Let's get it.
We work, we get stuff done.
We do.
No matter what the problem,
Yeah.
we just roll up our sleeves.
That's right.
Not afraid of the project,
Oh, no.
not afraid of the time.
We
Say
got
it,
it.
I build America, we always on time.
Let's do
Listen,
it.
do you know the mission?
Huh?
Do you know the story?
Do you?
We've been at it for a minute,
Yeah.
so we're not here for the glory.
No.
We aggregate, crush rock, 24/7 non-stop. Hot products, high in calcium, low in that magnesium. We'll mix it up, then bag it.
Bag it.
Y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Looking for a new home? You'll love SipsyKlein.com. For the latest new listings, price changes, and open houses, make it part of your everyday routine.
When a new listing is posted, I want to be among the first to find it. My secret weapon? SipsyKlein.com. I start each day with a cup of coffee, the latest new listings, price changes, and all the home buying tools I need.
That's just the beginning of what you'll find at SipsyKlein.com.
Choose the Weiler way today. We value your time and convenience. Visit Weiler.com and shop over 7,000 cars. See estimated monthly payments, value your trade, and get pre-approved. Rooted in family, driven by you.
Dude, zoom into the guy shooting, please. All right, I'm gonna switch to camera 2. All right, camera 2, you're live. Camera 1, can you zoom back out to include the shot, please? Thank you. All right, and then I need you to get the graphics up, please, for the free throw. I think it's, what is it, number 12? All right, graphics are going in. All right, switching to 1. Good shot there, 1. We're gonna go back to 2. I'm gonna take the graphics out. Can we get the score bug back on, please? All right, bring those back in. All right, one back up. All right, 2. I need you to be close on this one. All right, I need you to follow the point guard as he brings up the ball. All right? All right, going back to 2. 1, I want you now to go down to the other end of the court. Just hold like do a wide shot. We're going to switch to you once into the middle of the court. All right, switching to 1. All right, good shot there, 2. Now 2, just stay close, all right? We want you to be close. We want this to be like a close camera. All right? All right, good shot there, 1. That's good. Oh, and also, camera 2, I want you to try to keep the ball into the frame as much as you can. All right, that's not a bad shot. All right, 2, I want you to zoom in on the guy throwing the ball in, please. All right, not too much. Zoom a little bit back out, all right? Perfect. Announcers, I have a replay of that if you want. All right, we're going to roll a replay. Let's get DVR1 up there, all right?
Braves Nation, please help us fund the field house. It's a great opportunity for a great community. Go Braves.
Give it up one more time for your 2023 Braves marching band under the direction of Miranda Aldis.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Tomahawk Stadium and tonight's game between the Indian Hill Braves and the Mariemont Warriors. We had a long halftime show honoring all the youth cheerleaders and youth football players from Indian Hill. Future Braves here, and nice to see the large turnout. A lot of family and relatives here to cheer on the little ones, and as a byproduct are cheering on the high school Braves. Braves went into the locker room and will start the third quarter with a 21-6 lead, and also will receive the kickoff to start the third quarter. The Braves did a great job controlling the line of scrimmage and really making things very difficult for Mariemont quarterback Charlie Tully in the first half. Tully, as a sophomore, was a backup quarterback to Dortson, and but played the last 5 games after Dortson got hurt, and did very, very well as a sophomore. But as a junior, he got hurt before the season and did not get to play last year at all. So this year it's his first time back, really since his sophomore year. And coming into the game, he had gained 368 yards. Now, this is a quarterback. He's rushed for 368 yards in 3 games, and obviously that's one of the goals for the Braves, is to limit those opportunities for him, and they've done a wonderful job with that so far here in the first half, and hopefully we'll get being able to control him here in the second half as well. Braves quarterback Ethan Cole, the freshman we've mentioned, getting a somewhat of a surprise start for the Braves, and has done very, very well. Has been a cool as a cucumber under fire. Made some nice reads, ran for the first touchdown, and has passed for a couple more, and has acquitted himself quite well in his first start here in the CHL. And we haven't had an opportunity to see Alex Grace. You can see him on the screen there practicing field goals from 50 yards out, but hopefully he'll have an opportunity to boom a few more through the goalposts as this game progresses. And we had a kind of a long halftime show because the Braves have an awful lot of people participating in the youth program, and so this half will be starting here momentarily. And again, the Braves, Alex Grace kicked off to start the game, so the Braves will be receiving the third quarter kickoff, and hopefully can get off to a quick start. The Alex Grace seemed to be kicking the end zone the Braves are going to be driving to now. Seems to be, or at least it was early in the game, may have had some sort of advantage. The ball seemed to be traveling a little bit further. Alex's kickoffs all went mid-end zone or deep end zone. Kickoffs to the end zone to your left, they didn't seem quite as booming as normal. So, but the Braves will be receiving here, and hopefully Alex will get a chance to kick an extra point before we're all said and done. And now they're switching sides again, so
might want to change those batteries in those striped shirts.
Yeah. Now they had what, almost 25 minutes to get that right, and so the Braves will be going to the will be receiving from the goalpost that where the ball has seemed to be traveling. They'll be running from that.
How many times do you see it? Hey, where's the ball? Side out, inbound underneath. What are we doing here? You see it all the time. Not so much in football. Usually in football, that doesn't happen. Boy, that ambient microphone, Toe, we're getting an earful.
Well, here's the freshman, Dylan Hartman, on a short kick. Hartman running. And Dylan Hartman does a really nice job. Nice little athlete. We're going to, there's a penalty flag. I thought there was a little extracurriculars when Hartman got thrown out. But out of bounds, but we'll see what happens. But Hartman, just a freshman, doesn't get to touch the ball a lot. He plays defensive back, and he is on the kickoff team. We're going to see a lot more of him on the baseball. He's evidently an outstanding baseball player, just a freshman. He and Devlin Daniel are two freshmen expected to make major contributions to the Braves' outstanding baseball team this year. And Hartman with his first chance at carry, but there's some laundry on the field, and the boys from Foot Locker trying to sort it out. And the Braves will be assessed. Man, that was a very late flag.
Yeah, Toe, and away from the ball, too. That was not anything with the ball carrier and a guy that knocked him out of bounds.
So instead of getting the ball on the about the 45-yard line, the Braves will start from their own 30. The freshman Ethan Cole, a little high snap, hands off to Picton, goes around right end. Picton breaks one tackle and falls forward for about a 9-yard gain. Picton, a very tough runner. And no, they did give him a first down.
Guys, can you get that microphone down there? I mean, seriously, that's
So Picton is, yes, it's a first down. So the Braves now 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Ethan Cole, and they're going to call movement on the Braves. A little legal procedure before the snap, and instead of 1st and 10 on the 40, it'll be 1st and 15 from the 35.
So we talked about it in the first half. Toward the end, you want to tighten this game up against a team that you are better than. Go out and commit some penalties. Braves with 2 of them here right out of the gate.
Ethan Cole keeps it himself and picks up a boatload. On a 1st and 15, Ethan Cole with about a 12-yard scamper. This one's to the right side. He had been favoring the left.
So can't say enough about the freshman's ability to kind of work with the football, hide the football, and fake with his running backs. He's been doing it all night. That one was outstanding. 4 guys hitting Penn Picton.
And he fakes it again. This one again to the right, but no room. And he may pick up a foot or 2, but the Braves will now be 3rd and short.
And so what I love that he's doing is when he gets outside, he's dealing with numbers defensively that are smaller than they otherwise would have been. Nobody in pursuit, so if he's able to break a tackle or 2, it sets up big gains if you can do your work up front with the good fake.
So 3rd down and 3 for the freshman as he assesses the defense. Picton lined up behind Cole. Cole keeps it himself, and he's going to throw it. That's to Jackson Fry. And Fry, the tight end, who scampered for a touchdown in the second quarter, now picks up the first down and then some.
Yeah, Cole is down, Toe. I'm not sure what's going on back there. Nice run after the catch by Fry. Big kid. Small defensive backs able to have his way, get the extra yardage. And Terry Connie going to go out and take a look at Ethan Cole. Maybe we can take a look at that and see what happened after he let the ball go. He got it out clean. Not sure where the hit took place.
Well,
good news
Cole
is
coming off. Yeah, but he's coming off the field.
So Ben Sitchell will be pressed back into action. I thought we might see Sitchell a little bit just normally, but Cole got all the snaps through this point in the game. The two of them have both appeared in all 3 games prior to this. And so Ben Sitchell going to come on for the Braves.
Well, and you know, it's an injury. The referee takes the ball from Ben Sitchell. He's trying to get a few warm-ups in. But again, that nice catch there by Jackson Fry gives the Braves first down on the Mariemont 46-yard line here early in the 3rd quarter.
So it looks like they're looking at that left side.
Yeah, it looks like
the
his
hip area.
Yeah. Sitchell hands it off to Penn Picton. He gets hit hard, but falls ahead for about a yard. Make a 2nd and 9.
See how the Braves rally around Ben Sitchell and see what this does for Mariemont. Mariemont, obviously, with a scouting report that was probably largely based on Ben Sitchell and what they've seen of him through these first 3 weeks.
Ben just a sophomore. He back, good protection. Dan O'Brien plants himself and gets the first down. Nice pass there by Mr. Sitchell. And delivers to the senior O'Brien, and Braves now down to the 34-yard line.
Sitchell coming in as cool as the other side of the pillow, and Dan Bryan making it easy. Again, settling into that zone and making himself a big target, easy to throw to.
Up. Well, there's another procedure on the Braves. Braves may lead the league in penalties.
So part of what's going on, I think, over on that right side is you're dealing with Lawson Wade, who is perhaps the best lineman that we might see in the CHL this year. And Lawson Wade, I think, causing those Braves to jump out of that stance a little bit early.
Whoa, high snap. Sitchell hangs on, runs up, and gets banged down pretty quickly. So about a 2-yard gain for Ben Sitchell. And go ahead, Brian.
So I think that's what you see right there that coaches love about Ben Sitchell and why he has played as much as he has. Bad snap, not trying to do too much, immediately went north-south, put the Braves in a 2nd and 8. Or I'm sorry, a 2nd and 13 when it could have been a lot worse.
Sitchell with Picton to his right. Hands off to Picton, and Picton is met by a number of Warriors and has a gain of about 1. That'll make about a 3rd and 12. And again, we've talked before Alex Grace's range.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously the Braves would love to pick up a first down here, but, boy, if they can get down close to the 30-yard line, you've got a chance to come away with some points.
And Toe, although it's early to talk about managing a game, you do want to get points when you can.
Oh. Well, Sitchell rolled out, and I'll tell you what, Devlin Daniel just flattened his guy. Great protection. Sitchell actually had room there to run for possibly, well, I don't know if he would have gotten a first down, but he could have gotten close. Decided to throw it, and unfortunately it's batted away.
Will Sims doing a nice job jumping in that passing lane. Mariemont's going to get the ball. And let's see if Alex Grace can pin one here inside the 20.
Mariemont's a little concerned because Alex Grace is a former quarterback.
Oh.
And there he goes, Alex Grace. Can he get there?
He can.
And he gets out of bounds for a first down.
So he had one man to beat, and he beat him. And then it was just a sprint to the corner, able to get the first down. Nice job by Alex Grace. And that's one of those things, you see those rugby-style punts, gives that punter a chance to survey the field. And great decision there by the senior Alex Grace.
Boy,
I like the decision there, Toe, almost as much as the athleticism.
Alex Grace, who we mentioned, does everything on both sides of the ball and special teams for the Braves, and also an outstanding basketball player. Sitchell fakes, and there's another hold on the Braves. Man. They got a drive, got a lot of momentum going, and a silly penalty.
Guys, do we need that ambient mic? It's like crazy in the headset.
Well, I guess the penalty was waved off. Oh, no. Sitchell back. Throws it to Dan O'Brien. Boy, Dan O'Brien with, that's his 4th catch, I believe, tonight. And right in the same spot every time. And sure hands. And Dan O'Brien makes a makeable 3rd down. 3rd and 4 for the Braves. Down to the 16-yard line of the Mariemont Warriors.
And well within field goal range here. I know the Braves looking for more, but well within it. Mariemont might want to change up that D a little bit in the back end.
Devlin Daniels falls forward to the 19-yard line.
And Toe, you said it. Great job of falling forward. He was hitting the backfield, actually going sideways, able to get his body going forward.
4th and a long 2 for the Braves, and we'll see. They've eaten up half of the first quarter already, keeping the ball on the ground. A lot of time. Oh, boy, beautiful throw. Great defense, and ball batted away. Dan O'Brien trying to catch the ball on the run over his shoulder, but Sitchell threw it where it had to be.
Great touch by Ben Sitchell as well.
So Mariemont will take over on downs. 4th and 2, yeah.
So a couple of things to notice over there. First of all, Noah Sitchell, or Noah Frazier in a boot. Not good news right there. And then Ethan Cole still sitting on that bench with the helmet on.
Well, the helmet on's the big. Tully throws it to a wide open receiver and brought down quickly.
Eli Riggs over there in space.
Yeah, Noah Frazier does a great job as a defensive back, special teams, also a wide receiver, and holds on kicks. So it looks like Noah's certainly, well, he is out for the game now. He's not even in uniform. He's in street clothes on the. Loss of 1. Riggs getting there quickly and making the play. Oh, my goodness.
Penn Picton blowing that up.
Penn Picton, wow.
Looks like we got a Brave down.
That's, you know, Penn Picton's had a great game. He's carried the ball well and strong. Had a great game on defense, but it helps when he has Devlin Daniel there to rotate with on the offensive side, and Daniel's done a great job with his reps. So, well, the Braves have Frazier down now. You know, Devlin Daniel certainly has made a nice contribution for the Braves. 3rd and 14. Here comes a pass from Tully, and it's a deep one, and it's a wide open receiver. Wow.
So Davis Whitmore going down that sideline, took a big shot from George Vollmer, able to hold on to the football. And that's a play that Mariemont sorely needed.
3rd and long is the position that the Braves want to put Mariemont in and force Tully to throw the ball. And, boy, he did a great job that time. And Whitmore with the catch. Mariemont 1st and 10 at their own 45. Tully rolling out, and he's going to run. Jackson Fry there. Yep. Jackson Fry's been very active today on offense and defense for the Braves, pushing Tully out, but another first down for Mariemont.
And so we're going to have a
official timeout.
Official timeout. And I got to remark, this Mariemont football team done a nice job of staying on its feet here to start this third quarter. Could have taken a couple of blows to get this game completely out of hand. And has done a couple of nice things here to get themselves in position to be competitive. The Braves, on the other hand, with a few penalties.
Second and a short one. And Tully is met. Wow. Nice job, Trey Carter, tripping him up initially, and then Picton finishing him off. So from a 2nd and 1, we go to a 3rd and 2 or 3. And we'll see what the what Mr. Tully has up his sleeve here. And we're approaching 3 minutes left here in the third quarter.
So part of the field where you don't got to get it all.
Great protection. And Tully is out of bounds, but not for the first. I don't even got back to the line of scrimmage.
No, it looked like he dropped his eyes on that one. Stopped looking down the field and was looking at defenders and unable to get rid of the football.
That makes it 4th and 5.
Yeah, that's a tough one because all you want to get there, that 3rd and 5, all you want to do is get positive yardage.
Yeah.
And set yourself up for a 4th and short if it's necessary. Mariemont unable to do that.
So it'll be interesting to see what kind of a call here. If Mariemont most likely will be going for it, and they are. And again, Tully is also the punter. The Braves do not have anybody back. They lined up like this earlier in the game and punted. Tully back, and he's got some room.
Oh, great cut back there, Toe.
And Charlie Tully brought down.
Great play by Jonathan Kopfer not to give up on that play, but Toe, that's what we've been concerned about all night. It finally happened. Braves really coming with aggressive pressure, and Charlie Tully able to cut back against that pressure and make them pay for it. Great job by Jonathan Kopfer. You never know. 2 yards here could be kind of tough for Mariemont. You never know, penalty, a turnover, whatever. So great job by Jonathan Kopfer to stay in the play.
That came on a 4th and 6. Great protection. The Mariemont line gave Tully plenty of time to make a decision. He couldn't find a receiver and took off. And
so the thing I like that you said there was decision. He was decisive on that, put it away and ran with it. He's a heck of an athlete.
He backed the pass, and now he's looking to run again. Can he get across the right? No, the Braves stack him up around the 1 yard line. Well, Charlie Tully in for the touchdown. So that cuts the Braves lead to 21-12, and we'll see if Mariemont will go for 2 again. They did the first time they scored, and they are going to go for it this time as well. Tully looking for a receiver, and he finds him.
And so they get those extra points back from the first half to make this a one-score game, 21-14. And hats off to Mariemont. Boy, pinned back in their own territory. A tough situation, and now the Braves with a need to answer.
Well, the difference, Brian, the Braves had it 4th and 2, really in field goal territory, decided to go for it and did not make it. Mariemont takes over, and on 4th and 6, they get a big play from Tully, and we got a ball game.
So some scores around the CHL. Now that we're through that out-of-league schedule, you kind of find out what you got. Reading going into the half tonight was up 17-6 in their game, so a tight one. Reading tonight was at Finneytown, only up 17-6, and with 3 minutes left in the first half, the last update I saw, Wyoming could muster only a pair of field goals. Getting toward the end of the first half, only up 6-0 against a Madeira team that, as you know, Toe, graduated a tremendous class, the class of 2023. So I think a tighter one over at Pedri than what people thought.
Short kick. That's Dylan Hartman. Now Hartman received the last kickoff and had a nice gain out of it, and there was a penalty on the Braves, but this time the Braves will start at their own 40.
I tell you what, if you're scouting for somebody in the CHL, that short kick, Hartman's all too happy to catch that on the run and get positive yards.
Yeah, he's a terrific athlete. We're going to see and hear a lot more about him.
Yeah, that's
just a freshman starting at defensive back and playing special teams.
A lot of times guys in that position, that part of the field, just happy to get possession and go down. Hartman can make you pay for it. Yeah, and Cole back in the game for Indian Hill.
Penn Picton. And Picton stacked up after about a 3-yard gain.
So good to see that Cole is healthy enough to get back in the game. And see if this Indian Hill offense, which all of a sudden finds itself in need of some first downs and potentially some points.
Inside 2 minutes left in the third quarter. This is Mariemont's only had the ball once this quarter. This is the Braves' second possession. So not a lot of possessions going on here in the second half. So a score right here could be huge. Cole hands it off. Devlin Daniel.
Tough yards
nice
right
run.
there.
A little problem with the handoff, but once they got it going, Daniel falls forward, and the Braves have a third and a short 2 or a long 1.
So we've seen that quite a few times tonight. As good as the handoffs have been, we had a few of them that on the guy's hip or a little bit of a tough exchange. Let's hope the Braves able to maintain possession here through these last 14 minutes or so.
Devlin Daniel is the running back with Ethan Cole at quarterback. And let's see which line can, high snap. Daniel, wow, he's almost caught in the backfield, slips away, breaks a tackle, and goes and gets the first down, and now there's a penalty.
Jack Simpson of Mariemont with an opportunity to make a play in that backfield. Couldn't get him, and Daniel able to get yardage. We'll see what the penalty is here.
Personal foul on Mariemont. So the Braves, who lead the league in penalties, get a benefit here, and that one will go against Mariemont. And it's a big one. 15 yards. So Daniel with the first down to the Mariemont 48, or maybe it was 49, and now they're going to start at the Mariemont 34, 1st and 10, and we're inside of a minute to go here at the end of the third quarter. Cole keeping it himself, goes around the right side and gets a couple extra yards, so gets out of bounds.
Good decision by Cole there.
Yep.
Coming off that hip injury, don't want to take any unnecessary hits, able to get plenty and put himself in a 2nd and 5.
5, yeah, he got about half of it, and with inside of 20 seconds left until the end of the third quarter, we'll see if the Braves even try to run another play. Now they stop a clock with 16. Oh, there's an offsides.
Simpson on the encroachment there.
And that'll make it a 2nd and 1. And maybe hopefully make this a little bit easier to get the first down here before the end of the quarter. Hand off to Daniel. And Devlin Daniel, he breaks 2 tackles and gets into the end zone. Wow. Well, you've got a freshman quarterback who's acquitting himself quite well, and a freshman running back who is starting to open some eyes.
And looking at Cole coming off the field, how about the toughness from that freshman quarterback to engineer another scoring drive? And for Daniel Toe, how about the patience to get room and get through some traffic, but then the ability to turn on the jets when it was necessary and to know the difference between the two. Daniel showing maturity well beyond his years.
And Alex Grace almost dents the scoreboard, literally. And the Braves go up 28-14 with just 6 ticks left before we start the 4th quarter. So, boy, interesting. The Braves go for it on 4th down to start this quarter. Don't get it. Mariemont comes in with a very nice sustained drive to score a touchdown, and the Braves come right back. And with just 6 seconds left, the Braves up 14 points.
Tough for the Warriors right there. You get a touchdown and a big play by Charlie Tully, and you feel like you got the momentum. You're right back in this one-score game, and the Braves take it right away from you. Great job by the entirety of that Indian Hill offensive line, too. Sometimes gets overlooked. Able to run the ball exclusively on that drive by winning the line of scrimmage and giving those younger players an opportunity to make plays. Some of the other scores, they were going into the half, and at the half, Winton Woods was up 7-0 on Turpin. To put some perspective on that, last year that was a 40-point Winton Woods win against the Turpin Spartans. And Brian Walker, Indian Hill alum, now the head coach at Turpin, doing an outstanding job.
Deep kick there, Alex Grace, and
Ryan Glassmeyer.
And he's not giving up. Tremendous return for Glassmeyer, breaking a couple tackles and putting the ball in Indian Hill territory on the last play of the 3rd quarter.
And the coaches won't think this, but from a fan's perspective and a kid's perspective, this game's starting to open up and get fun, Toe. Another one tonight, thinking about Division 4, Region 16, Clinton Massey going on the road to play a tough Mount Healthy program, bigger school and good athletes. Clinton Massey was up 21-6 in the first half. Princeton at Mason, that was a tight one. Princeton up in that one. And then Anderson at Milford tonight. Former Indian Hill football player Jack Schaub on that Milford coaching staff. And they've got a 7-point lead at the half, 28-21 against the Anderson Raptors.
Brian, not to correct you, I know Boo does enough of that, but I think Jack Schaub is now on the Thomas More staff. He's coaching in college now, so Jack Schaub, class of 2012, tremendous family, tremendous guy Jack Schaub is, but he's an assistant coach at Thomas More, I believe. So Charlie Tully now has the ball on the Braves' 45-yard line as we open the 4th quarter. Fires it out to Cooper.
Yeah, Tell, what was that?
Natashishoni. Can't they all be Smith or Jones or Shaw?
Natashishoni,
yeah,
with a nice play right there. And this has gotten fun. This has gotten fun. Like to see these guys, both sides, have some success moving the football. Looks like we've got a injury for Mariemont.
A Warrior down, yeah. Gives the Braves a chance to catch their breath. Mariemont's offense this second half has been, very, very much quicker pace, and it's been opened up quite a bit. And Braves are back on their heels defensively.
Great job by Coach Nick Leone at the half to get his guys playing with a little more fire, too. Little confidence. Not a whole lot of reason to be confident going into that half. And he gave them something.
Leone is a Turpin High School grad.
Yes, he is. Played, coached the high school level, the middle school level.
Duckwall gets the carry, and he's hit right away. So maybe a gain of a foot, but no, I think he's 2nd and 10. Again, I don't believe Mariemont has somebody that can kick the ball for a field goal out in this general vicinity. So getting this may be 4-down territory for Mariemont, especially in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I think down 2 touchdowns, that would be the case. Nataccioni back in the game out wide right.
Bad snap. Tully, wow. Oh, my goodness. 2 guys had him wrapped up, and wow. Tully's dead for rights twice. And escapes and makes a nice throw, and Mariemont gets almost a 20-yard pickup.
So at all levels of football, and I think this is particularly true at the youth level, coaches obsess about the perfect play and matchup and this, that, and the other. Sometimes the best play is a broken play where an athlete gets a chance to just be an athlete. Charlie Tully doing it at a high level right there. Really impressive, too, that he decided to throw that football after he broke through the traffic.
Mariemont down to the Braves' 12-yard line now. Tully back to throw. Not under any pressure this time, and he completes it for a touchdown. Yeah.
So you had that call a little earlier than the officiating crew, but
yeah,
nice throw, way to stand in the pocket there, Charlie Tully.
Now Tully's been a magician. That was a tremendous escape the play before this one, and to get Mariemont points, they do kick the extra point, knock it through on Tyler Kutcher does that, and we've got a 1-score game, Brian.
Yeah, Charlie Tully really responds well to aggression. If you're coming out after him at full speed, you better be squared up on him, because if you're not, he's going to turn that around on you and make a big play. Braves have done a great job most of the game tonight, applying even pressure to Charlie Tully. But here lately, Charlie able to be elusive and get out and make plays.
You know, Brian, I was looking at the roster from 2 years ago in Mariemont when Tully was the backup quarterback. He was listed at 5'9", 130. Now he's 6 foot 160. And again, he's a nice player. You and I saw him play basketball last year. Did a really nice job for the Warriors on the hard court, and he's doing it for him now too. You know, we had a lot of Mariemont had trouble with their footing in the first quarter. They've seemed to make the adjustment, whatever it is, because we haven't noticed that since.
Yeah. Yeah, Charlie Tully, you know, you often look at a guy and say, boy, if he didn't have to take the responsibilities of the quarterback situation, there's so many things you could do with him. And he just happens to be a great athlete, and they need him.
A deeper kick. It's George Vollmer. Vollmer with a little bit of room gets knocked out of bounds about the 34-yard line. And Warriors get some nice greetings from their Brave counterparts, but Indian Hill will start out on their own 34 on a 1st and 10, and Ethan Cole and company would love to get a drive here and go up 2 scores and have Mariemont milk the clock a little bit.
So we talked about Indian Hill answering that Mariemont touchdown a couple of possessions ago, and Mariemont coming back and returning the favor.
They're calling a hold on the Braves, and so the ball's going to come back.
And the thing I love about it, you see players playing with their back up against the wall a little bit, so to speak. You get to find out who's who.
Well, another penalty on the Braves.
So we talked about it. That's one way to take 2 teams that might have a little separation and narrow that separation. And it certainly has been the case tonight.
Whoa. Is that Devlin Daniel?
It is.
Well, welcome home, buddy. Well,
So let's take a look at the replay. Well, all the work has happened prior to this part of the replay. At this point, it's just a foot race, and Daniel is going to win that one.
Well, that's the speed back, Devlin Daniel, and boy, we've had a lot of major contributions from freshmen today, Brian. I mean, the 3 freshmen that really start, Devlin Daniel is running back. He's got to have 150 yards now and multiple touchdowns. And, of course, Ethan Cole, the quarterback's done such a great job. Grace knocks it through. And then Dylan Hartman playing a great deal at cornerback and returning kicks. So the Braves getting some pep in their step and getting some great contributions from those 3 outstanding freshmen.
And so for the Mariemont Warriors, I think it goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. You can't continue to just trade touchdowns. You feel for that offense. They've done such a great job to get themselves back in the game, but as soon as they do, they give up the big play. And a lot of it been through the ground, on the ground tonight. So Braves able to run the football and big plays on the ground.
Well, you know what we haven't seen on the ground is a turnover, Brian, and
oh, jeez.
Be nice to see that right around now and have a little breathing room.
Okay.
But I'm not trying to be negative.
No, I'd be good with no turnovers, period, the rest of the way. I like being up 14 with 9 minutes, 43 seconds. But you're right. Both teams done a nice job of protecting the football tonight.
Good. Get a turnover here and milk the clock, and I can be home watching Blue Bloods. Wow. Yeah, nobody returning those. Alex Grace has a Division I leg. For people who don't know it, I mean, there's the top kicker in the league is Alex Grace, and there's others receiving votes. I mean, it's no contest. Now let's see how the Braves defense can stack up to Mr. Tully, who's had some third quarter magic so far. And he's going to run. Oh!
Yeah,
and there's a penalty, but now it's back in the backfield where it's usually holding. And they're calling a face mask on the Braves.
Yeah, Tully stepping up in the pocket. Braves getting a handful of face mask on that one. Not as egregious as the one we saw in the first half, but nonetheless, that is a no-no.
So well, I don't understand if that was it's first down, but they didn't move the chains. Look, well, again, there's We're at the 9-minute mark of the game, and you know, the way this thing is going, Mariemont has got to be conscious of the clock.
Yeah, I agree, but I think you do also have to keep them honest. You don't want Trey Carter and Eli Riggs pinning the ears back at this point.
I do.
They still got a full schedule. They got a few more games. Finneytown next week, then going to Taylor. Like to have Charlie Tully in one piece.
Nice pass on the sidelines, but incomplete. So the sideline markers are a little bit off. I don't know, is it the scoreboard saying 3rd and 11? It looks like it's about 3rd and 6. Somebody's confused. And Tully's going to pass, or we think.
Charlie Rogers with a great break on the ball. And so that all started by that defensive line getting even pressure, not forcing Tully out of the pocket. Let him stay in there and see over that line. And by the time he got rid of that one, Charlie Rogers able to read the quarterback and make a play on that ball. Great job by the Braves.
And the Braves very lucky. Charlie Rogers batted the ball, but it stayed in the air, and Mariemont almost got a reception out of it. Now, is there a timeout on the field?
Yeah, that play, that's like making the 1st or 3rd out at third base. You got to be sure if you're Charlie Rogers, and I think he was.
Yep. Well, both sets of coach. Yeah, now the referees are going to speed them up. I don't know if anybody called a timeout, but the Water Boys came out for Mariemont, and we're at 4th and 6 now. This is strapping on time, guys. A stop here for the Braves would be huge.
Yeah.
Tully in an empty backfield. No pressure, and a nice long pass. That's it. There he is. Oh, he dropped it.
Well, they're talking about it.
Well, our public address announcer, Dennis Walker, says that it's incomplete.
Ryan Glassmeyer doing an excellent job there. Dylan Hartman coming up and actually coming away with a football off the ground. But Glassmeyer, similar to Alex Grace in the first half, able to shield off the defender, make a great play.
Uh-oh.
Nice tackle there in space by Eli Riggs.
Yeah.
The elusive quarterback, and the much bigger Riggs able to get him on the ground.
Well, another 4th down conversion for Mariemont, and they've come up with several of them tonight, and that's what's kept them in the game.
Yeah, so that was a really big one. Honestly, I think if they don't get that one, given the field position, Braves probably grind it out and win this football game going away.
Tully. Jeez. Jonathan Kopfer with the tackle.
You know, too, Toe, it's amazing what you can do when you're not overthinking things and you're under duress and have to make plays. This Mariemont offense, a totally different group than what we saw in the first half. Came out with a sense of urgency and just let it fly. And they've looked like a totally different team this half.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's so much scheme as it is intensity and sense of urgency.
Tully, plenty of time. Oh, my. Was that Eli Riggs?
Eli Riggs, once again, a disruptor in that backfield, and I think it's going to be Braves football.
And it is. Eli Riggs forces the fumble. Can we get a replay on that? Eli Riggs, the senior. And he's missed Tully a couple times tonight, but not this time.
Until
wow, that was a violent hit.
Great bit of sportsmanship right there. Jonathan Kopfer going over to see about Charlie Tully, who thankfully is okay. A great player. They want him for the rest of this year. That was the kind of hit with the arm up in the air that could really take a quarterback out of commission. Tough kid. Eli Riggs has all season long, whether it's tackles for a loss or it's turnovers, sacks, that's been a guy that's been a disruptor on defense, doing it here for the Braves when they really needed him. And I think that might be the play that puts him over the top.
Let's get a couple yards here and a first down or two, and we'd be in Alex Grace's territory. There's Daniel, and boy, they're ready for him now. Devlin gets about 2 or 3 yards before he gets pushed out of bounds.
And I tell you, say that, but like if there's a guy that
and he's coming up a little gimpy.
Yeah. Looks like he's okay, though. If there's been a guy that's going to beat you to the corner to allow him to continue to get out there, amazing. Wait till that starts, that people start jumping outside and he starts turning it up the field. There really isn't an answer for that. If a guy can speed you up on defense and make you go 100 miles an hour east-west, he's got an opportunity to do a lot of damage.
Picton gets the ball, and it takes a host of players to get him down. But
Penn Picton doing a great job, just taking a bite out of these defenders. Only so many times you can square up, give up 2 or 3 or 4 yards, and get back up and play another down. Penn Picton playing physical football at a time when it's the doctor's order.
It's about a 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7. And again, the clock keeps ticking. First down would certainly be helpful here. Kopfer goes in motion. And there goes Ethan Cole. He's not going to get there.
Yeah,
Cole, he falls in.
Cole looks a little hobbled. What has not been affected is his ability to use the football to fake. Penn Picton getting tackled on that play, and Ethan Cole coming away with it.
Mariemont uses their first timeout, and with 5:54 left, the Braves getting ready to punt from their from the Mariemont 44-yard line. So Mariemont very much aware of the clock, and again use their first timeout to stop it. And we'll see if Coach Rodenberg chooses to have Alex Grace kick it out of the end zone. We'll also get to see here shortly if Charlie Tully is 100% after absorbing that hit from Eli Riggs. Now the Braves get lined up. Alex Grace ready to punt. And just see who's back there for Mariemont. And Grace kicks it high and short. Nobody covers it, and the ball bounces around the 15 and bounces back to the 22. Shame if it had gone the other way. Braves would have really been in nice shape, but Mariemont will start on their own 22-yard line. Just 5:42 left in the game. Yeah, Mariemont they've used one, so they have just 2 timeouts left.
And so credit that Mariemont defense getting the ball back. Honestly, I thought when Eli Riggs made that play, the Braves would grind this thing out. Mariemont able to get it back, and hey, they're still dancing.
Now they've got Will Sims in the backfield, who's obviously more of a blocking back, so Tully's going to be passing. He goes back. And he's going to run on his own.
Ball's out.
Braves a horse collar, and the Braves do recover. Well,
so Chase Lanham with a big hit, a horse collar, got him around the shoulders, able to bring him down, and Charlie Tully gave it up.
Charlie Tully, it's 2 consecutive offensive plays, has taken some serious punishment. And the Braves now, with 5:33 left, already in Alex Grace's field goal range, can try to run some clock, kick a field goal, and smoke a cigar.
I was going to say, I think you're going to see this Braves team run the ball 4 downs.
There's Penn Picton. Penn with about a 5-yard gain for the Braves, but more importantly, the clock ticks on.
Who came up to put that last hit on Penn Picton but Charlie Tully?
Wow.
Charlie Tully saying, hey, I've gotten plenty of it. Let me give some of it. You got to love that kid.
Well, hopefully he has a hot tub at home, because he's going to need it tonight.
He looks just fine. He really does. Yeah, Braves right now going to run that football, take all the time off the clock they can, shorten this game.
Ethan Cole taking his time. And there's Picton, and he's off. And that will end it right there. Penn Picton with a nice run. A 25-yard scamper for Penn, and the Braves go up 3 touchdowns. Well, Brian, everybody's celebrating right now, and rightfully so. But there might be a little celebration when there's no time left on the clock. You heard about it earlier, too, about Coach Rodenberg. And you want to share it with the rest of the class? Alex Grace booming it.
Good snap, hold, and kick. Yeah, John Rodenberg tonight going to win his 200th game as a high school football coach. And you think about that career at McNicholas, at Moeller, at Roger Bacon, at Covington Catholic, at Ron Colley, and now here at Indian Hill. Yeah. 200 wins, I mean, that's a lot of wins. You think about a high school football season, it's 10 games deep. And John Rodenberg in his mid to late 50s. So it's a guy that's got some more years in front of him, and 200 wins. It's a testament to Coach Rodenberg, to his assistant coaches, and all the great players that he's had over the years.
Now, 200 wins is quite a milestone. And, of course, he's done it in, 3 different states. And hopefully he's here at Indian Hill for quite a while. But certainly his freshman class looks awfully impressive tonight. So
yeah, I think Coach Rodenberg has to be excited not only about this season, and that he'll stay right here with respect to these seniors, but good times to come, as you say.
Alex Grace. Uh-oh, this could be returned.
Little indecision.
Yeah.
Like, what is this? A great tackle by Dylan Hartman.
Yeah, we've said his name a few times tonight, but one of the freshman stalwarts that we've been talking about.
Yeah, Coach Rodenberg with his 5th of those 200 have come here at Indian Hill. Of course, Indian Hill's all-time leader in wins, Joe Clark, with 123 of them. So hopefully Coach Rodenberg will stick around and see if we can get close to that one as a Brave. So that's a lot of film sessions. That's a lot of late nights.
Oh, Tully takes another licking. Wow.
Trey Carter with that. But
oh, my goodness.
Great job by Eli Riggs to make Tully change direction. And ran him right into the arms of Trey Carter.
And that's 3 plays, offensive plays in a row.
I think under his own power, he's going to run off. And hats off to Coach Nick Leone.
Yeah, that was he's put on a gutty performance tonight.
No doubt. No question about it. I don't think anybody would have questioned the heart of Charlie Tully coming into this one, but certainly, boy, that's one tough guy. So he's right back out there. I thought that might have been him that came off, but it was not.
Oh.
Tully with a completion out to the edge. Football season is here in earnest, not only on Friday nights and Saturday, we've had for a couple of weeks here, but on Sunday, our Bengals head up to Cleveland, Ohio. You got a prediction for us?
Well, let's hope they emerge victorious like the Braves are about to do here.
That has been a thorn in the side the last few years, the Cleveland Browns, and even early season football has been tough for the Bengals. See what happens Sunday.
Wow.
Good decision right there by Charlie Tully.
Yeah, but you say the guts, the fact that he's continuing to run. They need 21 points.
Yeah.
And he's running and putting his body in peril there. It's
and a nice job by
gritty performance.
Sophomore Jackson Fry to use good discretion there and not put a hit on Charlie Tully. Could have been a penalty, but I think a lot of respect. Good job by Jackson Fry. And saw a couple of things. Boy, they in 2 Clemson games saw a couple of hits that were late with the quarterback giving himself up, and not a fan of that. Great job by Jackson.
4th and 2. And Mariemont gets the first.
So Toe looking toward the future here.
Well, Mariemont has a home game next week with Finneytown, and the Braves are on the road at Deer Park.
Braves going to be on the road for the next 2 weeks. Toe mentions at Deer Park and then at Madeira, who in the first half gave Wyoming a better game than I think most people imagine tonight on Pendry Avenue. Yep. And then the Braves back here on the 29th of September to host Reading. Homecoming and a day of giving here at Indian Hill High School.
Completed pass. Also homecoming of sorts for our offensive coordinator.
Yes, it is. Former Reading coach. Nice job there by Dan O'Brien to keep that Mariemont receiver in bounds, keep this clock moving. And that's not just important for the outcome of the game. That's really important. At this point, you don't need any more plays than are absolutely necessary. Keep everybody healthy and moving on to next week.
Yeah. Well, Brian, we're after tonight now. We've got just 2 home games left here. The 29th of September against Reading, and then the 6th of October against Finneytown. That's the rest of the home schedule here.
Yeah, the Braves with a tough last 2 weeks, going to Wyoming in week 9 and then out to Taylor in week 10.
Yeah.
So, but I think, Braves right now looks like a different football team. Some of the energy from this freshman class.
There's a nice run there from Finn Warden.
There are certain guys, you just see them play, whatever the sport is, they just don't seem to be willing to take no for an answer. And I think what you see with these freshmen is these are guys that just are not going to take no for an answer. They just keep on the attack. And eventually they knock the door down.
Dan O'Brien with a little bit of a blitz and goes up the middle, and we're under a minute, Brian, and a nice toast to Coach Rodenberg and the Braves for really a big bounce back after last week.
And so I think we'd be remiss if we didn't say, with 45 seconds left, that this week Denny Dupps had successful surgery, and he's on the mend, and really, really good news. And we're hopeful to have him back for basketball season.
Yeah. Denny Dupps is that's our boss here, and he makes all this sing and makes it happen. Steve Overberg doing a great job with his crew, bringing us all the action tonight, and will for the rest of the season. But we miss Denny terribly. Denny, we love you and can't wait to see you at school again and give you a hard time. And that's it. The Braves emerge victorious, 42-21. Braves made a couple changes. I mean, Ethan Cole at quarterback had some mojo going tonight, and Devlin Daniel showed some of his offensive prowess, and the future looks bright, Brian.
So a convincing win here in the CHL, and now that we're in league play, which is really what matters. Braves acquitted themselves well tonight. Let's get a couple of W's on the road and meet back here on the 29th.
Brian, it's a date. Again, Coach Rodenberg with his 200th career win. Congratulations, Coach. And congratulations to all the Braves. 42-21 over Mariemont. And everybody happy if you're wearing red. Well, thanks for joining us. There's going to be a little ceremony on the field. Coach Rodenberg is sitting there kind of with a little shyly, a little wry grin on his face. And
like
our illustrious athletic director, Brian Phelps, is going to make the presentation of the game ball to Coach, I believe. Speaking of athletics, Brian Phelps has a great staff, and the greatest of all, Judy Sichterman, who's been an assistant athletics director here for the last 9 years, announced that she's going to be retiring here in the next couple weeks, and Judy will be severely missed. She's one of those people behind the scenes who's done everything for the Braves, and any athlete that's come through this high school in the last 9 years has felt Judy's love and caring, and just a great lady, and we wish her well.
So I couldn't say any more about Judy Sichterman. She's just terrific. And how about that picture of John Rodenberg talking to his team? Clearly, it was not about him, and nor it should be.
Here's the PA.
Congratulations, Coach. Let's get 200 more.
Somewhere in response to Wildman Walker saying, congratulations, let's get 200 more, is a football widow, Mrs. Rodenberg, saying, are you out of your mind? I love it. Yeah, Sue Rodenberg saying, Wildman, not so fast, please.
Well, you can see the credits rolling here, and yeah, Denny Dupps and Steve Overberg and Gino and all the people who make this this broadcast possible. We thank you for joining us and being part of it. I'm Tony Harris for my colleague Brian Shaw. Thank you for joining us. Good night and good football.
Exclusive coverage of tonight's game on the Indian Hill Television Network has been a copyrighted presentation of the Indian Hill High School Video Department.